subscribe now and press the bell icon. Never miss an update.
Good morning, students. Today I am going to explain the structure of the seed. The structure of the seed. The seed is also one of the main events in the first fertilization. What are the main events of the first fertilization? One is the development of the endosperm. Second one is the development of the embryo. And the third one is the maturation of ovules into the seed. And fourth one is the maturation of ovary into the fruit. Collectively these are four events is known as the first fertilization events. So here after fertilization, the ovules is developed into the seeds. What about ovary? The ovary is developed into the fruit. Ovules are developed into the seeds and ovary is developed into the fruit. Okay, so main collectively these are four events are there in first fertilization. So one is the development of the endosperm, second one is the development of the embryo, third one is the maturation of ovules into the seeds, fourth one is the maturation of ovary into the fruit. Okay, now what is seed? The definition of seed. Here the fertilized ovules is known as the seed. The fertilized ovules is known as the seed. That is the definition of here seed. Now we are discuss about the structure of the seed. So the structure of the seed is consist of three parts. The structure of the seed is consist of three parts. One is a seed coat, second one is a embryo, and third one is endosperm. The endosperm may be present or absent in mature seed. The endosperm may be present or absent in mature seed. So here the seed consists of three parts. One is the seed coat, another one is the embryo, another one is the endosperm may be present or absent in a seed. First one, seed coat. The seed coat, it is developed from the oval part of the integuments. So generally here the bi-integuments is present in angiospermic plants. Now here the seed coat is developed from the integument of the ovule. That's why here the seed coat is a protective coat. It is the protected inside of the embryo. That's why the seed coat is main function protective. The seed coat is mainly the two parts are there. The outermost seed coat is known as the testa and the inner seed coat is known as the tegmen. This is the two parts of the seed coat. The outermost seed coat is known as the testa and the inner seed coat is known as the tegmen. It is developed from the outer integument. It is developed from the inner integument. So finally here the seed coat is one of the protective layer. It is enclosed by the embryo. Next one, embryo. The embryo is the main important part of the seed. because the embryo is capable to give rise to a new seedling. The new plants are developed from the here embryo. That's why it is the plant species is continue from one generation to another generation is responsible for the here embryo. This embryo further consists of the two parts are there. One is the embryonal axis and cotyledons. Embryonal axis and cotyledons. The embryonal axis, the portion, it is a cylindrical portion between the radicle and the flummule. That's why here the embryonal axis is further the consist of the two parts. One is flummule, another one is the radicle. Okay, so the either side of the here the embryonal axis, the upper side is the flummule and the lower side is the radicle. The radicle is gives rise to the root system and the flummule is gives rise to the shoot system. Next one, cotyledons. See here the cotyledons, the embryo is consist of one cotyledon or two cotyledons. Only one cotyledon is present in monocots and two cotyledons are present in dicots. Okay, based on the number of cotyledons here, the angiospermic plants is divided into the two main classes. One is the dicotyledonei, another one is the monocotyledonei. What is meaning of monocotyledon? Only one cotyledon is present in their seed. Dicotyledons, two cotyledons are present in their seed is known as the dicotyledons. That's why here the cotyledons is one cotyledon in monocot and two cotyledons in dicots. Next one, endosperm. See here the endosperm, the may be present or absent. Suppose the endospermic, the based on here the endospermic, here the main the angiospermic seeds are mainly two categories are there, the based on the presence or absence of the endosperm. What is name of the two categories of the seeds? One is a non-endospermic seed. Non-endospermic seed, it is also known as the X albuminous seeds. Or non-albuminous seed. Non-endospermic seed or X albuminous seed or non-albuminous seed. So this is one category. What is non-endospermic seed? The non-endospermic seed, already know the endosperm is a nutrient tissue. The food material is supplied to the development of the embryo. So the endosperm is completely consumed by the developing embryo. When the developing embryo is completely utilized the endosperm tissue, that's why here what happened, the seeds does not having the endosperm. The endosperm is completely absent in the seed. Such type of the seeds is known as the non-endospermic seeds. Okay, non-endospermic, non means here absent. Why the endosperm is absent in a seed? Because during the development of the embryo is completely utilization of the endosperm. That's why at the mature stage of the seed does not contain the endosperm. That's why this is known as the non-endospermic seeds. What is example for here non-endospermic seeds? Example, the non-endospermic seed dicot seeds. Example for non-endospermic dicot seeds. Non-endospermic dicot seeds, gram. You take any grams, green gram, Bengal gram. Okay, so the grams. Next one, P, groundnut, tamarind, sunflower. So these are all the examples for the here non-endospermic dicot seeds. So next one, the non-endospermic monocot seeds. What are the example for here? The non-endospermic monocot seeds. Example, orchid. It is a monocotyledon family, Orchidaceae. Orchid. Pothos, that is money plant. Vallisneria. Elisma. And Amorphophallus. These are example for the here the non-endospermic monocot seeds. The non-endospermic dicot seeds, gram, pea, groundnut, tamarind and sunflower. So these are the example for the here the non-endospermic seed. And what about here endospermic seed? Endospermic seed are albuminous seeds. So what is the endospermic seeds? The endospermic seeds means the seeds contain the endosperm. Why the seeds contain the endosperm? Here the developing embryo is only some amount of nutrient tissue of the endosperm is consumed and the remain is retained in their seed structures. That's why that is known as the endospermic seed. So very simple here the definition of non-endospermic and endospermic. Here non-endospermic means the seeds does not contain the endosperm. Here the seeds contain the endosperm. That's why those seeds are contain the endosperm, that is known as the endospermic seeds. What is the example for here the endospermic seeds? The endospermic dicot seeds. The endospermic dicot seeds. Example, papaya, castor. Next one. These are main papaya and castor. So this is the main example for the endospermic dicot seeds. Next one, the endospermic monocot seeds. Maize, rice, wheat, barley, coconut. Okay, so these are the examples for here the endospermic monocot seeds. So the endospermic dicot seeds and the endospermic monocot seeds, these are the best example. Even here papaya, castor and cotton also. These are three example for the endospermic dicot seeds, the endospermic monocot seeds. These are the. Now see some structures of the seed. First you take bean. The cotyledons, two cotyledons, because it is a dicotyledon. The outermost protective layer is known as the seed coat. This one. This is the seed structure of the bean. What are this one? Cotyledons. Okay. What about this one? Radicle. Flumiole. Seed coat. Here the seed coat is mainly the two seed coats are there, outer seed coat and inner seed coat. Outer seed coat is known as testa and the inner seed coat is known as the tegmen. So this is the structure of the bean. Next one. See. It is a castor seed. It is hypocotyl. This is known as root axis. Hypocotyl. That is a cotyledon. Endosperm. Seed coat. That is. This is the structure of the castor seed. This is the structure of the bean. So here there is no endosperm because it is a non-endospermic seed. It is a endospermic seed. Another seed structures maize. See here in this one. This is known as the pericarp. What is pericarp? The fruit wall is known as the pericarp plus seed coat. The pericarp and seed coat both are mixed in the seed structure of the maize. Next one. This is a large endosperm. The large endosperm is separated from the cotyledon by the special layer is known as the aleurone layer. This one. This is a aleurone layer or protein layer. Aleurone layer or protein layer. Next, this is known as the endosperm. This is a scutellum. What is the scutellum? The single cotyledon in the grass seed is known as the scutellum. In grass family, the single cotyledon is known as the scutellum. Next one. This is the embryonal axis. The embryonal axis is terminated with flumiole. Next, radicle. Okay, the radicle and flummule is enclosed by the undifferentiated sheath. This one. This undifferentiated sheath is covered by the radicle is known as the coleorhiza. The flummule is enclosed by the undifferentiated sheath is known as the coleoptile. This one. Okay, this is the structure of the maize seed. This is the structure of the bean seed, the structure of the castor, and the structure of the maize. These are two is the dicotyledon seed structures. This one is the monocotyledon seed structures. Okay, it is a non-endospermic seed, it is a endospermic seed, and it is also endospermic seed. Okay, the seeds are classified or based on the endosperm may be present or absent. That is two types of seeds. One is the non-endospermic seed, another one is the endospermic seed. So this is the different seed structures. Okay, next one. Okay, endospermic seed, non-endospermic seed, and the perispermic seed also. Total 3 categories is there based on the presence or absence of the endosperm. That is 2 types, endospermic, non-endospermic. Here what about here perisperm? The perisperm is a residual persistent of nucellus. See here. So generally here the nucellus is absent in after forced fertilization, but in a few plants the nucellus is persistent. When the nucellus is persistent, automatically in the mature seed structures that is converted into the perisperm. That's why here the residual, the persistent nucellus is known as the perisperm. What are the example for the here the perisperm? Black pepper, beet, and coffee. In coffee, that is the edible portion, coffee seeds in edible portion is known as the perisperm. So the perisperm means the persistent of nucellus in the seed structures is known as the perisperm. So next one, seed dormancy. What is a seed dormancy? Dormancy means inactive state. So seed dormancy. The seed dormancy means when the seed is loss of water. When the seed is loss of water, it becomes the dry. When the seed is loss of water, it becomes the dry. In dry condition, automatically what happen? All metabolic activities is slow down. When the metabolic activities is slow down, automatically what happen? The seed go for the resting period, that is known as the dormancy. The inactive state of the seed is known as the seed dormancy. But even in dormancy period also, the seed contain 10 to 15% of water. In even the seed dormancy, the seed is contain 10 to 15% of water or moisture. Otherwise, this percent is also lost from the seed, that is leads to the death of the tissue. And finally, the death of the seed. Even resting period also, the seed is retained at least maximum 10 to 15% of the water. So that is known as the seed dormancy. The seed dormancy means the inactive state of the seed is known as the seed dormancy. Here all metabolic activities is completely slowed down. Next one, seed germination. The seed germination. So here the seed germination macrophyle of vowel. It is very important point. The macrophyle of the vowel, after fertilization, what happened? The macrophyle of the vowel is developed into the macrophyle of seed. What is the main function of here the macrophyle of the seed? The macrophyle of the seed is the main absorption of the water and as well as the oxygen during the seed germination. During seed germination complete here, the macrophyle is a help to the absorption of water and as well as the oxygen. So oxygen and water is enter into the seed through the macrophyle, and then the seed automatically what happened? The loss of the dormancy and all metabolic activities is active, and that is leads to the seed germination. So finally here the seed germination is mainly the three types of seed germinations are there. One is epigeal seed germination, epigeal, hypogeal, hypogeal seed germination, and evipary seed germination. So these are the three types of the seed germination. What are they? First one, the epigeal seed germination, hypogeal seed germination, and the evipary seed germination. What is epigeal seed germination? The epigeal seed germination means, for example, this is a soil layer. When the seed is placed in the soil, when all factors are available inside of the soil, the seed gets start the germination. This one, see. What are this one? These are the cotyledons. So in the seed germination, what happened? The cotyledons is comes above the soil layer. That is type of seed germination is the epigeal seed germination here. During the seed germination, the cotyledons is comes above the ground level. Such type of the seed germination is known as the epigeal seed germination. What are the example for the epigeal seed germination? Example: beans, tamarind. Next one, castor. These are the example for the here epigeal seed germination. What is a hypogeal seed germination? Hypogeal seed germination means, see here, only the female is comes above the soil layer. Female or epicotyl. What about this one? Cotyledons. Only the female and the epicotyl is only comes above the ground level and remains the cotyledons is underground. Such type of seed germination is known as the hypogeal seed germination. The best example for the hypogeal seed germination, all grams, peanut means groundnut, rice, wheat, maize, mango, okay, etc. These are all examples for here the hypogeal seed germination. What is main difference here? During seed germination, here the cotyledons is comes above the ground level. Here the remains the cotyledons is underground. That is the main difference between here epigeal seed germination and hypogeal seed germination. Eviparous seed germination. What is eviparous seed germination? It is the special type of the seed germination. So generally here the eviparous seed germination is observed in mangrove plants. Already know the mangrove plants, these are growing in the lack of oxygen availability in the soil. So the eviparous seed germination, the seeds or germination takes place inside of the fruit, while the fruit is attached to the parental plant body. Because the seeds cannot growing in the lack of oxygen in the soil. That's why in these plants, what happened? The seeds is germinated started in the inside of the fruit. This is known as the eviparous. Okay, the seeds are the germinated in the fruit. After germination, what happened? The fruit is broken and these germinated seeds are dispersed in the soil, and then they can start their seedling growth. This is the best example for the eviparous seed germination. Mangrove plants, best example, Rhizophora. Avicennia. These are the best examples for the eviparous seed germination. So these are total the 3 types of the seed germination. Okay, next one. The seed is basis of our agriculture. The seed is the basis of our agriculture. Main one, dehydration and dormancy. Why the seed is basis of our agriculture? Because the mature seed is contain the dehydration and the dormancy. These 2 major features is help to the seed is stored for the long period. When the seed is stored for the long period, it is utilized the food material throughout the year. Otherwise, the seed is immediately germinated, that is not useful for the food material. That purpose here, these are 2 is the main features of in agriculture. One is the dehydration, another one is the dormancy. So not only here, that is used for the storage of the food or the storage of the grains. So it is also useful for the rise to the next crop season also. That's why here these 2 characters are present in mature seed. That's why the seed is the basis of our agricultures. Next one, seed viability. What is the seed viability? The seed viability means the period for which the seed retain the power of the germination. The period for which seed retain the power of germination is known as the seed viability. This seed viability is differ from one plant species to another plant species. This seed viability in some plants is a few months, in some plants it is a number of years, and in some plants is hundreds years. Okay, the best example, a few months. Oxalis. A few months, oxalis, best example. Next one, the number of years, that is thousands of years. What is best example here? The thousands of years. The oldest seed viability, best example, Lupinus archytas. The lupinus archytas is one of the oldest seed viability. It is nearly 10,000 years oldest seed viability. It was found in excavated from Arctic tundra. And one more example, this is lupin or lupinus arcticus. One more example, Phoenix dactylifera. It is a date palm. The seed viability is nearly, that is 2000 oldest viability, 2000 years. It is also found in the archaeological excavated from King Herod's palace. It is nearly Dead Sea. So these are the best example for the seed viability. In some plants the seed viability is a few months, that is known as the oxalis. In some plants the viability is a number of years, that is thousands of years. That is a best example, Lupinus arcticus, 10,000 years oldest viability, and the Phoenix dactylifera, that is date palm, the seed viability, that is 2000 years. So this is the example for the seed viability. Next one, the seed size is also variable is there. Best example, Laodicea maldivica. It is one of these seed. So length is 1 meter and weight is 18 kgs. See here, it is the largest seed. What is name of largest seed in flowering plants? That is maldivica, that is Laodicea maldivica. Laodicea maldivica is the largest seed. Next one, orchid. Orchid seed is very smallest seed. Orchid is the smallest seed. It is nearly 23 micrograms. So the 23 micrograms weight is there. That's why the orchid seed is the smallest seed, and the largest seed is the Laodicea maldivica. Okay. So next one, the orchid seed. The orchid fruit is also contain thousands of seeds in a single fruit. The single fruit is contain thousands of seeds. And not only here orchid plant, so you take some parasitic plants. The best example for the parasitic plants, Orambaki and Striga. This Orambaki and Striga, these are the main parasitic plants. These parasitic plants contain a number of tiny seeds in their fruit. Okay, so the Striga and Orambaki, these are two is a parasitic plants. The fruit is contain many thousands of tiny seeds in their fruit. Okay, so this is the completely here the seed availability. Next one, what is the importance of the seed? Importance of seeds. What are the main importance of the seed? First one, dependable method. What is the dependable method? The dependable method means, the process of here the fertilization events, that is known as the fertilization or as well as the pollination. The angiospermic plants does not depending on the water. But what about the seed? The seed is depending on the water. Without water availability, the seed cannot germinate. Okay, in angiosperm, the main particularly here the sexual reproduction process, that is either the pollination and fertilization, is not depending on the water, but the seed is compulsory the depending on water. That is known as here the dependable method. The seed is depending on water. Next one, perennation. The perennation means here the seed is loss of water, that is dehydration. When the seed is loss of water, it becomes the dry, and then that is becomes the dormancy. In that dormancy period, the seed is protected by the very hard seed coat. The seed is protected by the very hard seed coat. It is the seed is survival even unfavorable condition also. When the favorable condition is come back, automatically the hard seed coat is dissolved, and then the seed is start the germination. Okay, so this is known as the perennation. Next one, reserve food. See here, the reserve food, generally the cotyledons is the storage of the food material. So during initial seed germination, the seedling plants is utilization of food from the cotyledons. The cotyledon is one of the part of the seed. And see here, in initial stage of seed germination, cotyledons is green in color, because that is also play important role in photosynthesis. In some of the seedling plants, that is utilization of food material from the cotyledons. That's why here the cotyledons is store the reserve food material. Next one, dispersal. So here the seed is the dispersal of the here the plants, and that is a dispersal in different geographical region, and that is responsible for the different colonies of area. The geographical distribution, it is very helpful for the seed dispersal. Okay. Next one, variation. See here, variation. The seed is the product of the sexual reproduction. It is very important. In flowering plants, in angiospermic plant, the seed is the final product of the sexual reproduction. It is the final product of the sexual reproduction. That's why here the seed is the product of the sexual reproduction. The sexual reproduction is responsible for the genetical variation. It is this variation is continue from one generation to another generation. So these are the main the importance of the seed. That is the dependable method, and perennation, reserve food, and dispersal and variation. These are the 5 the importance of the seed or the significance of the seed. So next one, fruit. What is fruit? The fruit is the ripening of ovary is known as the fruit, After fertilization, the ovary is developed into the fruit. So generally here the fruits is mainly three categories are there. The three types of the fruits are there. One is true fruits. Second one is false fruits. And third one is parthenocarpic fruit. Parthenocarpic fruits. So generally here the fruits are classified into the total three types: true fruits, false fruits and parthenocarpic fruits. What is the true fruits? The true fruits means the fruit is developed from the ovary, only ovary. Okay, and the remaining floral parts are shut down or degenerated. Degenerated or fall down. Only the fruit is developed from the ovary. Such type of the fruits are known as the true fruits. Further, these true fruits, so main fleshy fruits are there and the dry fruits are there. The fleshy fruits, the best example mango, grapes, tomato, these are the fleshy fruits. In the fleshy fruits, pericarp, you know the pericarp, that is fruit wall. This pericarp is differentiated into the total three layers, that is known as the epicarp, mesocarp and endocarp. But in dry fruits, the pericarp does not differentiate these three layers. Okay, only that is fleshy fruits, the pericarp is differentiated, the three layers, epicarp, mesocarp and endocarp. But dry fruits, they cannot differentiated these three layers in pericarp. What is best example for the dry fruit? Groundnut, mustard, these are all the best example for the dry fruits. What is false fruits? Here the false fruits means the fruit is developed from the ovary along with other floral parts. Even other floral parts also here the participate the development of the fruit. Such type of the fruits is known as the false fruits. You take best example in apple. In apple the edible portion is only false fruit portion. See here. In this one, this is a thalamus. The thalamus, this portion is only edible. These are the seed. This area, this complete area is developed from the ovary and this area is developed from the thalamus. Even thalamus is also contributed the fruit. So that's why here the fruit is developed from ovary along with other floral parts. Is here other floral parts is thalamus. Okay, so that is the thalamus is also developed into the. Another example, strawberry. See here. This is also thalamus. This is akin. What is akin? Akin is a true fruit. This is a false fruit. That is thalamus. This area is only developed from the ovary. That is known as akin. Akin is one of the type of the true fruit. Here see. Akin. Akin means the fruit is developed from ovary. Here the thalamus is also contributed as the fruit part. That is known as the thalamus. It is the strawberry. Okay, in these two, apple and the strawberry, the edible portion is known as the which one? Thalamus. The ovary portion is not useful for the edible in these two fruits. In this in false fruits, the apple and the strawberry is the edible portion is known as the thalamus. One more is there. Cashew nut. See here. In cashew nut, the edible portion, this is a cotyledons. It is developed from the ovary. This is known as the pedicel. Pedicel means the stalk of the flower. In the stalk of the flower, that is also considered as the fruit. The pedicel is also developed in one of the part of the fruit. That's why here in this cashew nut, strawberry and apple, these are three is the best example for the which one? The false fruit. Okay, false fruits. The fruit is developed from ovary along with other floral parts. What is parthenocarpic fruit? The parthenocarpic fruit means the fruit is developed from the ovary without fertilization. Without fertilization, the fruit is developed from the ovary. That is known as the parthenocarpic fruit. It is also known as the seedless fruits. Seedless fruits. The best example, banana and grapes, seedless grapes and seedless tomato. These are all the best example for the parthenocarpic fruit. The fruit is developed from the ovary without fertilization. Without fertilization, the ovules cannot develop into the seeds. That's why without fertilization, the ovary is developed into the fruit. Such type of the fruits is known as the parthenocarpic fruits. This is the different types of the fruits and the different structures of the seed is completed. These are all events is known as the first fertilization structures and events. Keep in your mind, it is total 4 events are there. One is the development of the endosperm, another one is the development of the embryo, and here see the maturation of ovules into the seed, the maturation of ovary into the fruits. These are 4 is collectively is known as the first fertilization events. Okay students, okay, bye.